Tonight on CTV News at 11:30. Friends and family gather to remember the woman killed in a homeless encampment in Sudbury.
She knows that we are here. She is looking down upon us.
Meanwhile, authorities continue to investigate the cause of the fire that killed her. Plus, a trustee with the beleaguered Near North Board is calling on the Premier to step in.
All of a sudden, the guillotine came down.
It comes after the Minister of Education swooped in to take over the situation. And marking a banner fundraising campaign for the Elgin Street Mission,
we asked 31 corporate sponsors to donate $1,000.
Today it announced the highest total it's ever raised in its 38-year history.
CTV News at 11:30 with Ian Campbell and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for staying up with us. We're learning more about a serious crash in Sault Ste. Marie last week on Black Road. 2 people involved in that crash have now died of their injuries. It includes a young child. Investigators say on January 7th, a van was speeding when it crossed into oncoming traffic and struck an SUV head-on. That SUV was then struck from behind by another vehicle. The driver of the van, the driver of the SUV, a 2-year-old passenger, and an infant were all taken to hospital with life-threatening injuries. In a release today, police say the driver of the van and the 2-year-old both passed away. A legal battle ended at the Sudbury courthouse today. Jesse Brave was sentenced for a brutal attack over a dispute with a neighbor. CTV's Amanda Hicks has the latest.
34-year-old Jesse Brave was sentenced to the equivalent of 4.5 years in prison. It's in relation to a stabbing in Chelmsford on November 22nd, 2024. Brave was initially charged with attempted murder but pleaded guilty to aggravated assault. During the case, court heard that violence broke out at a multi-residential building following a heated argument over dogs. The 31-year-old female neighbor was repeatedly stabbed with a knife, an attack that left the victim with permanent disabilities, including limited mobility in her left arm. In court, the 2 sides were divided on sentencing. The Crown sought 6 years, while the defense was asking for 3. In delivering the 4.5-year sentence, the judge cited Brave's lack of a prior criminal record, her expressed remorse, and her mental health, specifically a diagnosis of borderline personality disorder. She was also granted a Duncan credit of 120 days due to harsh conditions during her pre-sentence custody. Because Brave has already served a little over 2 years behind bars, she now only has 894 days left to serve, just shy of 2.5 years. Amanda Hicks, CTV News, Sudbury.
Timmins police are warning about an increase in counterfeit cash over the past few months. Police say the fake bills are primarily $50 and $100 bills, and many include a common serial number. They say similar activity has been reported in other northern communities. They're warning the public and local businesses to be vigilant about checking currency. A warning for Sault Ste. Marie residents to be aware of scammers claiming a connection to the local hospital. Officials with Sault Area Hospital say that a local business was contacted by an individual claiming to be raising funds for children's magazines with funds going to the hospital. Hospital representatives are sounding the alarm that they have no connection to this person and warn the public to be cautious. Friends and family of the woman who passed away at Energy Court on Monday gathered to remember her in Sudbury. CTV's Madison Merrier reports.
It was an emotional day for many friends and family as they sang, drummed, and smudged at Energy Court, where their loved one Amanda passed away.
She was very spiritful, very happy. Just, she could walk into a room and make anybody smile, laugh. Just very cheerful.
Some community members placed flowers and teddy bears next to the image of Amanda, while others placed tobacco.
We're just overwhelmed with the amount of support, and somebody even made a song. We just listened to it before we actually got here. It's beautiful. It's nice that people, are remembering Amanda. She's affected a lot of us in different ways.
She knows that we are here. She is looking down upon us, and she is so grateful that so many of us are here to honor her and to remember her.
Amanda's family want people to remember her as her younger self.
I wanted people to remember my sister as the champion she was when she was younger. She loved wrestling in her youth years. She was very artistic, love to draw.
Her life over there will be different. So much different than what we know, that we hear. No hunger, no pain. Oh, just wonderful things when she has crossed over.
Authorities are still investigating. Meanwhile, Amanda's sister is calling for more housing for people with mental health issues and schizophrenia. Madison Marier, CTV News, Sudbury.
One of the trustees with the near North District School Board has started a petition after the board was taken over by the province. The petition is calling on Education Minister Paul Calandra to refrain from removing democratically elected trustees. The petition has garnered close to 500 signatures already. Bill Steer says trustees serve as a vital link between communities and schools, advocating for the needs of students and parents. Calandra dissolved the board's trustees and Chair Jay Aspin after announcing he was assuming control of the board late last year. It came after a ministry review found dysfunction leading to the delayed opening of the $58 million Parry Sound School.
All of a sudden the guillotine came down, and so with regards to the Parry Sound build, yes, he had good reason to say, hey, we had to get the New North Board in a better direction. That's why he did a review, but he didn't have to take over the board and provide supervision like the other boards in Southern Ontario. The goal is to push back and make sure that we don't lose our democratic rights, that all citizens of Ontario.
The petition is also supported by former school board chair Jay Aspin, who's written his own letter to Premier Ford calling on trustee protection. Algoma Steel calls it the end of an era in its 125-year history as a conventional integrated steel producer. In its move to produce only electric arc furnace steel, the company in the Sault confirms the shutdown of its primary operation started yesterday with its coke-making. Algoma says the shutdown of iron-making and basic oxygen furnace steel making will follow in the next few days. As previously reported, U.S. tariffs sped up the transition to electric arc furnace operations, resulting in layoffs. Canada Door College and Nipissing University in North Bay are receiving millions of dollars from the province. Nipissing MPP Vic Fideli says $3.2 million will go to Canada Door to renovate its machine shop, modernize the aviation simulation lab, and upgrade equipment used for several programs. Meanwhile, Nipissing will see $3 million to upgrade classroom infrastructure, make repairs, and pair motion capture equipment with the latest technology to create an anatomy teaching lab that's opening in September.
For our nursing students and others who are able to use our simulation lab. So we're very appreciative of that technical support that allows us to deliver high quality academic programs.
The money is part of the government's $242 million investment to upgrade classrooms and equipment at colleges and universities. Well, the Ford government is also pledging $8 million to help train more family doctors. It's part of the goal of connecting some 2 million Ontarians to primary care by 2029.
These clinics will train family medicine residents in a team-based model alongside other healthcare professionals, such as nurse practitioners, physician assistants, and registered nurses.
Not only will our future care providers receive real-world experience and mentorship from some of our best physicians during their studies, but these clinics will also connect more people across Ontario to world-class primary care close to home.
Last month, the Auditor General found Ontario added far fewer family medicine seats than planned because these clinics weren't ready to go. The new target is to have 16 teaching clinics ready in the 2027-28 school year, with a promise of more to come. Université de Sudbury is partnering with Collège Boréal in Sudbury to offer science courses for the first time. In a news release, the French university says students enrolled in science programs will have access to modern, high-quality lab facilities leased from Collège Boréal. It's the first time in the school's 66-year history it's being able to offer science courses. The North Shore Health Network is letting area residents know about the emergency department closure at the Thessalon site. The emergency department will be closed from 8 a.m. tomorrow, Friday, until Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. The Blind River and Richards Landing sites are still open, but as always, if you need immediate medical care, call 911. Well, for nearly 4 decades, the Elgin Street Mission in Sudbury has provided physical, emotional, and spiritual nourishment. Today, it announced the highest total ever raised by a campaign in its 38-year history. CTV's Lindsay Alick reports.
$140,000 this It's a historic milestone.
We asked 31 corporate sponsors to donate $1,000. We ended up getting $55,000 in donations, surpassing the 31 days. So now there's 55 days in December.
Every December, Mission 31 brings the community together to raise funds and volunteer.
We have actually started this mission in 2009, and it was very small at the time. It was for 4 Rotarians to go out in the community with $500 and try to make it grow. And we came here, and we raised $6,000 that year, and every year it's grown little by little.
Officials say this is one of the mission's biggest fundraisers all year.
With times being what they are, everyone buys groceries and knows that those costs keep going up and up and up. We feed about 300 people a day, and so those food costs are extremely high. And so this is almost a third of our budget. So this helps us start the new year, 2026, in the black. And so for an organization, a nonprofit like us, it starts us off on the right foot.
One of the most notable donations was from Day Construction, having provided $31,000.
Our family were one of the first to donate to this cause, and we've continued to do that ever since. And again, it's a strong part of our faith and what we believe in, and giving back to community, giving people that are down and out a hand. And so we continue to, serve Mission 31. We have employees that come here and serve coffee and dinner on occasions, and we're just giving back to the community.
LaBreche says there are over 300 volunteers who serve breakfast and dinner every single day, but that they're always looking for more help. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
Time now for a short break here on CTV News. Coming up, Rick will have your full weather forecast. For now, a look at the weather warnings we have in place right now. That area in yellow just popping up in the last hour or so. That is a snowfall warning. Lake effect snow is expected across the island and the North Shore. Into Saturday morning, upwards of 15 centimeters is possible. Expect also some reduced visibility. Let's take a look at the current conditions. Yikes, it is a cold one. Minus 23 in Kapuskasing, minus 22 in Timmins, minus 25 in Chapleau. We're seeing some flurries in through Timmins to Miskaming Shores. Clear in Sudbury and North Bay. We'll have details after this.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Well, today was nice. We had sunshine and warmer weather than yesterday. It wasn't ideal. It wasn't perfect in terms of the temperature, but we did have a wind chill, and it gets even warmer for tomorrow. Forecast radar, let's take a look at the system coming in. We've got periods of snow and some flurry activity. We'll get to some of those numbers in just a moment, but that system will at least continue over the course of the weekend in Northeastern Ontario. Now, the 7-day numbers: Sudbury Nickel Belt, flurries for tomorrow, minus 11. Chance of flurries on Saturday, chance of flurries on Sunday, and chance of flurries on Monday. So you've got flurry activity for 4 consecutive days. Then the sunshine is back Tuesday, sun and cloud at minus 16 degrees. Meanwhile, in Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, periods of snow for tomorrow, minus 5. Chance of flurries on Saturday, chance of flurries on Sunday, and flurry activity come Monday. Tuesday, some cloud cover, minus 12. Variation in temperatures, you go from minus 5 to minus 8 to minus 13, again in the span of 4 days. How about Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, sun and cloud tomorrow, minus 12. Chance of flurries for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, minus 11, minus 17, and minus 20. Then we've got sunshine on Tuesday, also a minus 20 day. Warming up just a bit on Wednesday, cloud cover at minus 17 degrees. To Miskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake, chance of flurries for tomorrow, minus 12. Warming up all the way to minus 6 on Saturday with the chance of flurries. Chance of flurries again on Sunday, minus 11, minus 15 Monday, chance of flurries. Then turning colder Tuesday, sun and cloud, minus 18 with that high pressure system moving in. Wednesday, we've got cloud cover and minus 13. Wrapping things up now with North Bay and West Nipissing. Chance of flurries for tomorrow, minus 9. More of the same on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Minus 4 your high on Saturday, minus 9 Sunday. cooling off to -12. Then Tuesday, we've got some sun and cloud, -15, and the chance of flurries come Wednesday at -10. So again, Ian Campbell, a variation in temperature and conditions. We go from frigid weather with extremely high wind chills to a warming trend, so to speak, a low pressure system back in the northeast. We've got the chance of flurries, periods of snow in some sectors, and those flurries will linger over the course of the next couple of days. Back to you on the desk.
Thanks so much, Rick. Well, other parts of Canada, quite frankly, got a lot of snow today, and this is typically when snowbirds flock south to escape the winter. Some have left as usual for Florida, but there are others who not only don't want to travel to the U.S., they're selling their properties down there. CTV's Emma Convey reports.
We had lots of memories there with them. And then the memories we have here from the park.
This time last year, Gwen and Paul Edmund were already unpacked for their 5-month stay in Florida. Things have changed. They plan to return in March to pack it all up for good.
I sort of feel the tension in the air. You know, some of our friends are feeling different and some are the same as us. And I just found it's not for me anymore.
After traveling south for years, they bought their first condo in 2011. Now their latest winter home is in a 55-plus park in Largo, Florida.
There's something every day for everyone that lives there. And there's there were a lot of Canadians in our park. Not quite so much now.
I hear comments, you know, that they think it's a joke to talk about the 51st state and, you know, somebody who was told to get back in their car and head back to Canada.
Others like Martin Firestone, a Canadian who will spend the next 4 months in Delray Beach, Florida, says the only difference he's noticed is less travelers.
There are no lineups anymore like there used to be at restaurants or other attractions. So I guess in many ways to us personally, that's a positive, but to the owners of the businesses, maybe not so. So things are normal as ever.
Some are content to stay, while others know the market is tough, so will hold tight. But for Paul and Gwen, they are ready to close the doors on their place in Florida. Emma Convey, CTV News, Halifax.
In Toronto, thousands of passengers at Pearson Airport faced delays and cancellations as a result of the storm.
To Vancouver this morning, and it was canceled due to weather with Air Canada.
What time are you supposed to leave?
Around 10 o'clock.
What time are you going now?
12 o'clock.
I try to fly in and out of Billy Bishop because Pearson's just so busy, but everything is canceled and they're not expecting. They had me on a flight there. They could get me on one in the evening, but they're figuring it's probably not it might be canceled as well.
Crews there have been busy working to keep up with all the snow. There have been flight delays and cancellations affecting travel for thousands. Airport officials say the big challenge is the sheer volume of snow whipped up by strong winds.
We have about 5 million square meters of airfield that has to remain clear during our operations, and so when there's a lot of snow, we have significant snow like today. There's so much on the airfield that we actually have to melt it in real time. So we have snowplows that push it into one area, and then that goes into the melter and it melts the snow so that we can keep the gates, especially where the aircrafts pull up to the gates, as clear as possible. So it's really, again, all hands on deck, but we're working to make sure that everyone can get moving as quickly as possible, but safety is always the #1 priority.
As always, passengers are advised to check ahead on their flight status and allow extra time for traveling to Pearson. New drone technology being developed in Saskatoon could be a game changer for search and rescue organizations. CTV's Carla Shinkarik has more on this made in Saskatchewan solution that could be used to save lives across the globe.
We have people from all over the world contacting us and approaching us.
And what makes this Saskatoon company that popular is this drone. And it's not just any drone because it's helping save lives.
It really helps save a lot of time and effort from people on the ground.
It can pinpoint a missing person who might be in a remote area with this unique silver portion. It locates someone with a cell phone as far as 35 kilometers away.
That acts as a mobile cell tower to connect to and identify cell phones for missing persons.
And one of Europe's leading search and rescue organizations from Sweden is now signed on to purchase 2 of these Saskatoon drones, which can operate in harsh weather, adding to the reasons our province just makes sense to design, develop, and manufacture it all right here.
Operating in Saskatoon and Saskatchewan does give us a very good benefit of having a lot of wide open space to go do flight testing and development.
There are about 15 staff here doing most of the work, with a BC location added. In total, the company has about 50 staff.
Questions or curiosities around why Saskatoon, and our answer was always, well, that's where we live. So we're building the company and the technology where we live.
Dragonfly actually started as a model plane business in 1998 and developed with increased drone technology, proving its effectiveness. The Saskatoon Police Service has been using drones for years. They tell us that they're primarily used in searches for missing persons, to document and investigate collision scenes, to assist the fire department with aerial views of fire scenes, and they're used by special teams to assist in locating suspects.
Drone industry is always evolving, always developing.
For this company, the sky's the limit, with plans for more advancement in drone technology. Carla Shinkaruk, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Still ahead tonight on CTV News. Some of Sudbury's best of the best in food and fare was out on display tonight for Taste of Sudbury. We'll head to the Caruso Club in just a few moments. It was a very busy night for Northern hockey fans, starting over in the OHL, where we had a Battle of the North tonight in North Bay at Bort Longyear Memorial Gardens.
Layton bringing it in. Curls back and threw it back to the point. Long shot. Loose puck tapped in by Coughlin.
Chase Coughlin finds the back of the net towards the tail end of the first period to get Sudbury on the board. Ryder Callie also back from that top prospects game with one of 2 goals for the troops. That Coughlin goal, however, would be Sudbury's only goal. The Wolves fall on the road to the North Bay Battalion 2-1. The troops are currently second in the Central Division, while Sudbury is a distant 4th. Meanwhile, a big night for Hound Jeremy Martin. Sault Ste. Marie is on the road tonight down in Sarnia, and it was the Sting that ended up getting stung in the end. The Sioux go on to win this one 5-2. And over in the NOJHL, it was just a thrashing again by the Sudbury Cubs. They faced off against the French River Rapids at the Countryside Arena and won 11-0. Nolan Newton gets first star of the game with 3 goals. The Nipissing Lakers men's and women's hockey teams in North Bay are supporting the Canadian Armed Forces with 2 Military Appreciation Night games. The Lakers are teaming up with 22 Wing Canadian Forces base in the Military Family Resource Center. The men's game is this Saturday against Ontario Tech, while the women's game is January 24th against the University of Ottawa. Players will wear camouflage jerseys that will be auctioned after the game, with all proceeds going to the Military Family Resource Center.
Maybe they've relocated here and they don't have extended family support here, and they need someone to turn to for things like emergency childcare, respite childcare. There's a variety of situations. We do what we can during deployments, absence support.
Gives us a lot of motivation to come out strong in these games, and in the future we want to keep on continuing to have a good crowd here and get as much support for the military and our team as possible.
That's a great way to show respect and appreciation for the military, especially by doing it something we love to do and enjoy playing, right?
Over the years, Military Appreciation Night games have raised $50,000. Finally for us tonight, some of the best when it comes to food in Sudbury was put to the test, and all in the name of raising funds for a great cause. Organizers at Taste of Sudbury had a sold-out crowd tonight at the Caruso Club. Participants got a chance to visit restaurants who had tables all around the hall and taste specific dishes from each. Diners got a chance to take in everything from vegan tacos to braised beef cheek and those famous porchetta sliders, with the money raised going to inner city home of Sudbury.
I think the enthusiasm the community has to help. There's no doubt this city is on top of helping anything that needs to be helped. And I'm so proud to be a Sudburian.
We, of course, have porchetta with hot pickled eggplant, hard giardiniera, so it's going to be a great meal for you tonight.
So from Chico's tonight, we're sampling 2 of our plant-based protein alternatives. We've got soy curls asada, and we have jackfruit carnitas.
And it wouldn't be a great Sudbury event without porchetta, and I can tell you, Tuco's had the longest lineup all night while we were there. There was maybe a dozen restaurants in total. Delicious. Lots of fun had by all, and lots of great funds raised tonight, which will be going to keeping inner city doors open. A way to go, Sudbury. On that delicious note, that takes us to the end of our newscast this Thursday night. For the latest news anytime, remember you can head to our website, ctvnewsnorthernontario.ca. You can also download our CTV News app. Thanks for watching. Good night.